So, a while ago, I was at a tournament called Smash and Splash. And Smash and Splash was held at a resort called the Kalahari. Now, I love this event because you get to basically compete against the best players in the world and have a really good time. But there's also a water park right after it. So before bracket, after bracket, maybe in between if you're feeling saucy, you can go relax, have a margarita, you know, probably chill in a water park, hang with your friends right there, and do what you gotta do to unwind. And the reason this was important is because at this tournament, I had some of the stiffest competition in the world. Namely, a man named Armada, who was my big rival, as you all know him from a few years back. We go back and forth in all these tournaments, and I guess right now was, at that moment, the most bitter part of that rivalry. You know, it wasn't really too certain who was going to win each event, both clawing for that #1 spot that year. And so, as it would have it, we found ourselves once again in top 8 of this massive tournament with a lot on the line right here. And I think the last time I had played him, I'd been on a bit of a losing streak, so I really had something to prove here. Anyways, we got to the stage together. I was there with my coach Crunch, Lewis, as you guys know him, wearing that iconic pink jersey, which I wish I still had. I don't know where it went. Anyways, I was wearing it, and we're both on the stage. Now, the two chairs are across from each other, and these are some heavy chairs, and that's going to be important when you realize what happens. So anyway, we're going back and forth, right? I mean, that's the way me and Armada, our sets go, because, you know, he's playing this crazy good Fox, super duper, extremely poised, defensive style. I'm trying to do my best to actually, you know, get in and make sure I can win. So we're going back and forth over and over. And what ends up happening is we go to Dreamland, and eventually I go up 2 stocks to 1, and I hit a really good up throw, up air, falling rest to clutch out the series and win it. And I pop off really loud. The whole crowd goes crazy too, because at the time it was still a little bit of an upset, because usually he was the one beating me. So I jump up, right? Scream really loud. I'm feeding off the energy of the crowd. Even my coach is going crazy. Everyone's going crazy. I fist bump Armada. I roar, and then I punch the TV because I have no self-control. And then because I'm super happy, and I really wanted to win, and then because I had so much energy in me, and because I sometimes have no brain cells, I decide with my shoe, which was, I believe, an Adidas NMD, which has no steel toe. This is just a shoe, a very thin shoe, where basically you can see the shape of my feet because it's so tight fitting. I decide with full force to kick the chair below me. Because that's what a normal person does. I kick the chair below me, and the rush of the adrenaline is running through me. I start hopping up, not realize I just burst like a few number of blood vessels in my foot. The pain was starting to rush in, but I still had so much adrenaline. But automatically, you can already see me starts limping across the stage. I say, "Let's fucking go!" Yell to the crowd. I was skinny back then too, man. Give Crunch a big hug, you know, do all this. I do all that, and then as I'm walking off the stage, little by little, eventually the pain starts to set in. So I grab a drink to get over it. But once I do that, the finals ends up being not me versus Armada, but me versus Leffen. So I'm there fighting Leffen now. And I remember at the setup, I'm like limping to the setup, and my foot is starting to like actually throb. And I'm like, this doesn't feel normal. You know, I get like having a bruise, but this does not feel normal. But somehow I use that pain to like focus myself versus Leffen. And all I need in this case, this is like, I think the exact same situation I was with against Armada too, right? Except when I was playing Armada, my foot was fine. When I was playing with Leffen, my foot felt like it was in the 7th corner of hell. So, same thing, 2 stocks to 1. Leffen gets a quick stock right there, and I think I get the classic roll read in. I think all I do, I get a little smile, 1 back air, roll read in, rest, and I get him. And then I'll do a little pop off, not as big as last time, and I won Smash and Splash. I'm crowned the champion, and it's good. And yeah, so that felt really good. But you know, I'm telling you, like when you win an event, when you win a tournament, you have such an influx of emotions that you don't feel anything else going on. So I do my interview. I'm happy. I'm here holding my little wooden trophy, which is all nice and all that. Talking to Wobbles for a bit. It's all good fun. Now here's the part you don't realize. I think I made a video about this earlier, but after it was all said and done, you know, I go back to the hotel with Crunch. Have a drink, put the trophy down. We go to a Denny's afterwards, and I realized as we're going to the Denny's or whatever late night thing there was, I was just like, "Yo, Louis, I can't walk right now. I cannot put pressure on my foot at all. I don't know what's going on. Somehow this is catching up with me. We talked to some people, and there was like some guy who was like a part-time like nurse there, and he was like, bro, I think your foot's broken. I think you literally broke your own foot on a pop-off. And I said, no shot. And then the next morning I wake up, and I actually can't walk. To the point where me and Lewis have to somehow find someone to take us to the airport. We pay them like $100 in gas, because it was like an hour drive or something like that. We have to get a wheelchair from the airport because I actually can't walk. And so their crunch is like my caretaker pushing me around the airport with me holding my trophy and my leg just right there. And of course we pass by Mango, and Mango's holding a fucking little fidget spinner, laughing like hee, his little dumb laugh. And he looks at us and just starts cracking up. And I just say, fuck you, Mango, because I had my trophy. He had me in that moment. I was not looking good. I looked like a whole ass damn fool. Anyway, the story continues. We ended up being on the same flight together back to whatever connecting flight we were going to. I limp onto the airplane. I limp off it. I get off the plane in Orlando. We go to the doctors, and we get an x-ray of my foot for whatever it was. He said two things. He said, one, you're an idiot. And two, this could have been a lot worse, but there was no break or fracture. What happened was you just burst a lot of the blood vessels in your foot, causing a swelling. Leave it on some ice, don't walk in it too long, and it should be fine. And now, lo and behold, my foot is better, but I'm not going to show it on stream for free because I'm a businessman.
What do you mean by that?
But moral of the story is this, guys. Sometimes, when you win a match, that means a lot to you, and you have everything on the line, and you want to make sure you celebrate it in the right way. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is not kick the heaviest object next to you. Maybe kick a slightly less heavy object. Maybe a can of soda on the floor. Maybe do a little stomp, like Cola did. I like that stomp. Pop-offs should be your expression and your release of tension in the best way, alright? You should never force it. Whatever you feel in the moment is what should come. That's why mine looks so stupid all the time, because they're not forced. I just do what my body tells it to do after I win. The question was it worth it? Of course it was fucking worth it. I'll break my knee next time!